Somewhere I have a good fuel tank that should be clean, but this one definitely is not. I don't know if you can see that, but the cap's been off and it's been sitting for some years. And pretty much the engine's ready to go in, but the list is there and I'm working on it slowly. I did get the keys today, found the radiator up in the loft, found a clutch Z-bar, so now I've got to work on that to modify it. So, went to my shelf, found a square body Z-bar, which actually bolts up to the existing setup. This 69 Chevy is actually bolted to a 73 K20 frame, so this all bolts up, but the original 69 clutch setup came out here and had a completely different bracketry assembly, plus this has got a 3-inch body lift on top of it, so it's throwing the whole geometry off from stock. I gotta do throw up bearing because this one's been sitting now for, man, like nearly 10 years. Modify that. I still haven't done the brake lines from the Dana 44 to the Dana 60 conversion yet. Gotta pull those spring plates off. I want to do it while it's kind of easy to get in here and do it. Do the brake lines, get the small block power steering pump out, and make sure I got the right lines and line fittings for on that pump. A bunch of little things to do before I can drop that in the hole. In the meantime, first thing I did today was I got some of that rust preventative converter stuff on the core sport. Oil line is hooked up. I got the right oil fitting on it. Changed power steering fitting. Put the shocks on. And up the steering brake lines hooked up. Got the right bolts in. Finally kind of taken care of in here. I gotta address that Z-bar next. But I'm getting closer to finally getting this engine to drop in. Gotta do some modifications here. Grind this arm off and move it to the center. I'm using this $2 grinder I bought at the Portland swap meet last year. Even came with the disc that's on it that I've already been using. Didn't even have to put one on, and it came with other discs. Okay, so I got this arm off. Now I'll go put that up in place, position this where it needs to be, and then weld it. Got it in. Had to pull the driver's side valve cover. Here on the 72 Suburban, we had shoved a big block in this with somewhat tall valve covers and no body lift on it. Pretty much had to massage the firewall in a couple spots to clear the valve covers. Cleared the firewall just fine. So now with extra clearancing from the hammer, I'm still touching. So had to pull some Mickey Thompson valve covers off another truck that were tall enough to clear the roller rockers, but also cleared the firewall on this. Getting a little bit closer, got distributor in, carb on, some lines hooked up. The alternator that was still in it from the 283, externally voltage regulated, also was points, because I've still got to run a better gauge wire to the HEI. There's some stuff to figure out here. Oh, here we are. It's like 10 at night or 11 or something. I was making sure that I was going to hook up everything correctly, but that is not going to hold water. Radiators in, fans on, hoses are on. This wiring is, well, it's temporary unless it works. Might dump a little fuel down the carb and see if it barks off or backfires or something, catches on fire, who knows. I tried to fire. There's still some things left to button up. I've got to replace and hook up the heater core, got to clean up some more of the wiring, put the exhaust on, but at least it starts, runs, and moves right now.